Autism parenting is no joke. Do you ever feel like it's kind of going well for a while and then you have just an awful meltdown kind of day? This is my second video in my weekly updates series, and last week we had a ton of meltdowns on a daily basis, and it has gotten better this week. So I will report that much. To the point that I was going, oh, maybe that week was just a fluke and everything's just going to be smooth sailing from here on out. And then we still had some rough days this week. So I think that's part of just life and ups and downs. So today you're with me as I am doing some meal prepping for the week. If you have been following along on the journey at all, I'm doing gluten-free, dairy-free, added folic acid-free for my son. We're trying leucovorin for him. It's going really well. And so basically just everything I'm doing, we're trying to support his gut health and his development and just more nutrition. And so that's why you're along the ride for me with my almond flour bread. I'll go ahead and in the description, I'll share the recipe in case anyone's interested. It's from this, I have egg on my hand, so I'm going to try to not touch the book directly. It's the specific carbohydrate diet for autism and ADHD. I'm going to go rinse my hands and wash real quick. So the thing though about the CFD diet is it's very strict, and it's basically like the main carbohydrates that your child is getting is just from fruit. You're allowed to have a little honey, but like no grains, no potatoes. It's intense. And I don't know if we're up for that. Like just doing the no dairy and gluten and all of that. I'm going to toss these and wash my hands again. I didn't think of it. Just cutting dairy and gluten and added folic acid has been a lot of a shift for us and for my son. And so I'm kind of trying to take it a little bit slow with these things. So I'm doing some recipes from this, but I'm not going to fully do a diet like this, especially before getting it approved by his doctor and really thinking it through and planning. So I'm like, hey, I'll do some recipes from the book and see what he likes, so that if we ever full on decide to do it, we'll already have some sense of what he likes, maybe what our other kids like. But yeah, I'm going to add a little date sugar. Technically, it says in here that the only sweetener that you're allowed to use is honey, but you are allowed to have fruit on this diet, and the only ingredient is organic dates, and dates are fruit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I did this recipe once, and it looked like bread, but yeah, it was not super tasty. It was just really like dense, and so that's kind of what I'm trying with this to change a little bit. If you are new here, let me introduce myself. I'm Katie, a mom of 4, including an autistic 4-year-old, and I am sharing our journey, both the things we're doing like education, therapy-wise. I'm a teacher, and so I'm really trying to use those skills to teach my son. And then I also am sharing health updates. We're trying leucovorin, we're trying some dietary things, and so just like sharing everything with you, and hopefully some of it's helpful. Be sure to subscribe if you're interested in our journey. Ooh. Okay, I'm definitely forgetting. Oh, half a teaspoon of salt. Oh, this is a 1/4 teaspoon, so we'll do 2. I'm definitely, if I do more of these videos where I am cooking, you will quickly learn I'm a measure with your heart kind of gal. I kind of did like half a teaspoon-ish. Yeah, I like, especially once I kind of get to know a recipe a little bit, I'm happy to just do my own thing. So okay, before I food process this, 30-second update from last week in case you didn't watch last week's video. So my son was having daily meltdowns, and it was just getting really rough. And so I said, okay, I'm going to commit to really using my visuals on a daily basis and just getting everything set for him. I also started using some more bedtime routine things, as well as a Calmify supplement, which is upstairs, of course. So maybe I'll get a picture of it and just add it somewhere on the screen to the media. So I'll share how that's been going too as I share our weekly updates. But that's where we were at. So we were having a lot of meltdowns. I said, okay, I'm going to try the visuals more consistently. I'm going to try some bedtime things, and it did help. Okay, I'm going to take a little break. We're going to food process our eggs and ingredients here. Okay, ingredients mixed. So then almond flour. How many cups? 4 cups of almond flour. Oh, baking soda. Just kidding. I forgot the baking soda entirely. So we're going to do that. It was supposed to be before I did the food processor, but hopefully I didn't ruin it. How much? A teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, this is half a teaspoon, so we do 2 of these. I'll try to be slightly more exact because you don't want to do too much baking soda. I've learned that much at least. Okay, hold that thought. I'm gonna mix this again. If I end up doing more videos in this style, I'm sure you will quickly learn that I'm not the best chef or baker, but I'm trying. I'm learning. It's good. Where is the cup? Where is the cup? Maybe in the dishwasher? Yep, in the dishwasher. Okay. Okay, I'll do half the flour and then mix in half the flour. I hope I put enough honey. I want it to be better this time. We're gonna find out. Okay, he started having some way better days. Last week I had identified part of the problem was he was having some inconsistent bedtime things. So we've really gone back to our consistent bedtime routine. I actually have another video on our bedtime routine and how that's worked for us. And I got the Calmify Supplement, which is 2 kinds of magnesium, and then the L, how do you say it? I'll put it on the screen. I'll put the word on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. It's like in teas and stuff, and it helps just relax everything. And I have noticed that he's been doing a lot better with sleeping. It's not like 100%. He's still getting up a little bit, but before I was giving the supplement, it was like every time I got up, if I got up with the baby, if I got up to use the restroom, I would just hear him stimming in his room. He does this like rocking back and forth. I'm like, oh man, is this kid sleeping at all? And since we've been doing this extra supplement, most of the time I don't hear him and I can like peek on him and he's sleeping. He's still getting up a little bit. It's not like 100%, like he's just sleeping for 11 hours without any interruptions, but it has gotten a lot better. I also tried this sensory blanket and he likes it during the day. It's like fun for him. I'll put a picture of it here too. But he will not sleep with it. I'm still trying to figure out if we can have some kind of weighted blanket or something, because he throws off blankets. He doesn't like blankets. So when he was very little, I did like a weighted sleep suit thing that they have for toddlers, but they don't really have it in his size anymore. So if you know of anything that would help, that's like a wearable thing, let me know in the comments. Okay, so in general, progress over the last couple weeks, he has been more distinctive with certain types of communication. So he's trying to, can't quite get this in here right. He's trying to pronounce things more intentionally. So he loves macaroni and cheese. We have a dairy-free, gluten-free diet one that we do now. And for years he said Macagoa cheese. I want Macagoa cheese. And just this week he's been starting to say macaroni, and he's very like intentional when he says it. So that's really cool just to see. There's other examples of that, but that was a really specific one that I've noticed. And then some functional communication. He's always sad when like one of us says goodbye, like one of us takes a car and the other one's not going, between me and my husband. And this week we've really been practicing like saying goodbye and prepping him for who it's going to be. And he finally he turned to me when it was time for my husband to take him somewhere, and he like points to me. He goes, "Say bye to mommy." And I didn't even prompt him. Like that was one of the first times something like that has happened where I didn't prompt him and he connected that's what's happening. So we were very impressed with that. Okay. I put a little extra liquid than what the recipe called for, so because I wanted to make it not so dry, but I wonder if it's going to be too thin. Let's see. Okay, it says use wet hands to shape the dough. Okay, coat the pan with butter or ghee and almond flour. Okay. Stay till the end of this video if you want to see how it turned out. Yeah, I talked last time about how I did a travel go bag with like his visuals and then some sensory things in the travel go bag. That has been helpful when I have remembered to take it. So that's part of my problem. I talked about how I need to be more consistent, but I have not been as consistent as I'd like to be. And so that's something, it might be too wet. I don't know. I will let you all know if this turns out okay. Oh dear. It's, let's see. Okay, more wet hands. I don't know. Let's just see. Maybe if I just put it on in the loaf and then, oh, I am not a chef. But if we can get it to taste better, where he'll actually eat it, this could be a way cheaper option than the full-on, fully made gluten-free bread, because that's expensive. Okay, so consistency. So we were really busy this past week. It was Thanksgiving, and so getting ready for prep holiday stuff. Other kids are out of school, and it was a lot. And so some of the days I was really tired. Kids were sick too, all kinds of stuff. So I was not as consistent as I intended to be. And I do notice a difference on the days where I really am consistent. When I just kind of forget to do his like schedule for the day and do the visuals, he gets very fixated on things, on what's going to happen, on what he's going to eat, on where he's going to go. And he'll start to like request, he'll want to go to my parents' house, or he'll want to go to church or whatever, and it's just not what we're doing for the day. And it really helps him if I actually just take the time to do that schedule at the beginning of the day and go through the main things and then redo the more specific things as we're going through the day. It makes a huge difference for him. So again, I'm recommitting to you that I am going to do better at that. And I'm going to let you know if it helps him. Okay. All right, y'all, I'm about to put this in. I will show you the final result clip at the end of the video. Let me know if you liked this style where I was just doing some chores and things that I need to do anyway, and let me know what you'd like to learn more about. I hope you have a wonderful week. Okay, how long? 45 minutes. Okay. You ready? Okay. I don't know. Okay. That's interesting. Here. Warm. The thing where you reveal.